Hey guys, today I'm going to review the LEGO set 2506 Skull Truck. This has 515 pieces, was released in August 2011, and originally went for $60. So I'm going to be going over the set, the main truck itself, along with the minifigures along the way. It is actually pretty massive, and for the time it was a really good price. So first with the set, there's these two ninja figures that come along with it. You have Zane, who has this kind of spear weapon. Normal kind of face print and everything that these original ninja figures had. They had the same face print for a long time until I think season 5 or 6 they had these same face prints. But same thing with Jay. He comes with the nunchucks of lightning in this set, which of course were the original golden weapons. And he has this kind of facial expression with the typical torso. That's it for them. They just need to include some hero figures. But of course, this is the main piece of the resistance of the set, is the main truck and the two villain figures. You have Garmadon, who, this is I guess one of the cheaper sets he came in, but he still was in a spinner set that was like $10, so he wasn't a rare or anything. This is him with his big old lightning staff. I like the face print. I've always liked the original Garmadon face print. It still kind of holds up to this day, and along with the torso printing. And then there's Whiplash, who drives the truck, even though Samukai was the one who drives it, but they included him. He's really common in the second wave. He has that cool facial printing with the worm coming out of his head. Besides that, he was really common. About as common as Cruncher was in this wave, because they didn't include a lot of the skeleton foot soldiers. They were pretty much supposed to fit him inside this part of the truck. There's a couple spaces in there where you're able to kind of squeeze him in. You have to have his weapon up like this, though, or it's not going to work. And even then, it's hard because you have to move both of his arms up. But there you go. You can fit one figure there, probably two on the side, some up here, but there's really only one main seat, and you have that steering wheel there. So, of course, the set is most well known for this huge studs on top technique with the face. A really creepy, kind of cool looking skull face with a lot of curves on it. And of course, this is the main function where you can, it's a very all-terrain function kind of thing where you can move it all sorts of ways. But of course, you're mostly supposed to move it down on the front. Of course, mainly holding onto this gear piece up here, this engine exhaust piece. And of course, kind of place a ninja here and just kind of have them get stomped on. You can place one inside of here and have them get eaten. That's cool. You can even move this down. This is actually supposed to be able to move down a bit, but it's more just there for aesthetic. So that's I love how they did that originally back in 2011. So this is kind of what it looks like from the side. It's a lot of kind of gear Technic pieces underneath, because these weird spring pieces, I haven't seen them use. They use these mostly in Technic sets. It's kind of hard to see them, but there's this gear stuff. You can definitely see it from the back. It's kind of what it looks like. And it's on both sides, so that on the back you can even move it like that. So it's a very all-terrain kind of look. You can move these up one by one, of course, too. Very flexible. I love how they did that. You also have these exhausts with the big flame pieces. I don't think these are new they definitely weren't new at the time, but they were cool in this set. And of course, you have all the kind of room there that I showed you before. There's not a lot of stuff going on in the back. They could have maybe put some stuff here. You can definitely put some other skeleton figures in the back. And there's these cages, and these are supposed to be where you put the ninja, and you can put one in, slide a figure in, maybe even with their weapon, and just pretend they're in prison. And you can use these Technic pins and push them in. Actually supposed to do it the other way, I think. Yes, like this. And it's they're in prison. You have one on the other side as well, and that's what mostly is in the back. Because in that, I remember they were captured or something in this thing, something like that in the show. But you can move that back on, and that's one of the main features in the back. Not a lot going back here as well. It's just kind of a plain as here, and these little kind of railings what they did with the bones. That's cool how they did that. The final function of the set is a missile launcher, but I like how they did it here. They did it with the rubber band, which they don't do too well. But in this set, it's pretty cool. So you just slide this back and it shoots out. And the show is supposed to attach to Nia. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have a chain on it. It would have made more sense if it was a flick fire thing, and the chain was attached to the truck, or at least simulate that. They could have had this part here attached to part of the back. And you also have to do it correctly, or it's going to kind of just malfunction like that. But still decent, but you have to do it in a certain manner or it's not going to work. There we go. Also, in the instructions, for some reason, they made a warning saying don't do this or something, but that won't work. But I mean, it works. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much how that happens. I think you have to have it like this to kind of. Yeah, it doesn't work too well, but it works decently for what it's going for. But they could have maybe done something else. That's pretty much it for the functions of the truck. It was a pretty simple set, but the most main relying on the cool all-terrain function. So overall, this is one of the better sets that came out from the first year in Ninjago. The minifigures are fine, but the build is really what I like about it. It's just really structurally impressive, and it was a pretty iconic vehicle from the show. And it's just a lot of cool features to it, even though it doesn't have a lot of like missile functions, but there's a lot of cool other functions to it. This will probably be one of the last like older Ninjago sets to review for a while, but we'll see unless I get more of them. But thank you guys for watching this review, and bye guys.